I'm going to show you how I generated all of the content for all of these local services pages that are really good for SEO. I'm going to show you how to make these pages, why you should create them, and how easy it is to generate. So what I mean here is, let's use an example, this random website here. They're cleaning services in Australia. They provide their services in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide. You get the idea, which is good. They've done somewhat of a local page. Melbourne trusted, cleaning services. There's some SEO, local SEO there, but it could be a lot better. And if you take a look at the title tags, it just says Melbourne Women's Touch Cleaning Services. A lot of things could be improved, but I want to touch on a couple of main aspects here. If we scroll down and I want to have a look at the services they provide, let's say deep cleaning. So ideally, I'm on the Melbourne page, remember, and there's the deep cleaning service. If I click on this, I would want to go to a page that says deep cleaning Melbourne services. But when I click on this, unfortunately, it just goes to a generic deep cleaning page. It doesn't say Melbourne, there's no local SEO. And that is a problem because, well, good luck trying to rank that page in Melbourne for deep cleaning services when you don't have that local aspect of it. There's no mention of that local keyword. So really, for all these services, you should be creating individual localized pages. So Melbourne regular intensive cleaning, Melbourne deep cleaning, Melbourne catch-up cleaning, whatever that is, you get the idea. So how do I do this? Because that is a lot of work. If we've got 5 services and we've got 4 locations that we want to do this, that's already 20 pages. That's a lot of content, but don't fret. You can do this really easily with a very, very simple workflow that I'm going to show you here. I'm going to give you access to all this stuff for free. So this Google Sheet here has a little bit of magic to it behind it, and you have to configure a couple of things. You need to do a couple of the inputs here in terms of the locations that you want and the services that you want to create, and then it'll generate the pages for you. I want to show you this in real time so that you can see how it's generated. And we're going to need a couple of things. We're going to need a couple of items for this to work. Obviously, you need Google Sheets, and you need an OpenRouter API key. If this is your first time watching these kind of videos, don't worry if this looks a little bit complicated. It's very, very easy. OpenRouter essentially allows you to access pretty much every single large language model, AI, that is out there with one API key. There's even some free ones that we can access to, 100% free. Now, free comes with a bit of a grain of salt because it's free. It means that the usability of it is not so good. You'll get not that many users a day, right? But that's okay. We have some free ones. Let's try it out. I want you to make an account with OpenRouter, and then you're going to go to your account, go to keys, and you need to generate a key and save that. If you create a key, name it, for example, YouTube example video, I'm going to create it, and you're going to get this little piece of code or this key here. You're going to copy the entire thing and save that somewhere. Now, just for the sake of security, I'm just going to delete that right away. Now, you've got that key saved. If you look at the video description below, you're going to have a link that's going to take you to this page. And this is where all the assets are. This is 100% free. This is so easy to build that I just place it in the free community and you can access to it. So the first thing you want to do is click this, the Google Sheet template. It's going to ask you to make a copy of this sheet. That's the first thing we want to do. And before we get into anything, you can see that I've got an extra menu item here that says SEO Content Tool. You probably don't have that. Actually, I know that you don't have that. So what we want to do is go to Extensions and go to App Script. Again, try to follow me here. If you're a little bit scared because this is complicated, it'll be worth your while. Now, when you initially click the app script, you're going to have a tiny bit of code here. I want you to delete that. Go back to the school link and you're going to click on this app script code link, right? It's going to take you to a page. You're only going to have view access. That's okay. You're going to select all and you're going to copy this code here. This is the app script. This is the magic that's going to allow us to call OpenRouter and do all the things we need to do. If you want me to do a video on how I actually created this app script, I don't know how to code, by the way, just let me know in the comments below and I'm more than happy to create that video for you. Back in the app script for the Google Sheet that we're going to use to create all the content, I'm going to paste that in there and I'm going to save that. You can name the app script, but you don't really have to. Now, back into the back in the Google Sheet, you're going to refresh that and you're going to give it a couple of seconds and you'll see that in a while you get this SEO content tool. A few things you need to do here. You need to set your OpenRouter key. When you do that, you're going to get this message, authorization required. I'm not trying to steal your information or anything like that, but it's just a new app script that Google doesn't recognize, so you need to authorize it. I'm going to authorize it by go to OK. You have to select all the right requirements, your email, yada, yada, and go to allow. Perfect. Now I can set my OpenRouter API key. Remember that little key that I got you to save from OpenRouter? That's where this thing goes. Once you place your key in there, mine's blurred for security purposes, you're going to go to OK. Perfect. Well done. You are nearly there. You'll get this confirmation message. Now you need to build these items. So a business name, description, primary CTA. CTA stands for call to action, the base URL, the contact phone number, the email, the address if you want to put it in there. And then we need to select the model that we want to choose to write this stuff for us. I'm going to try and use the free model and see how much content we tend to generate. In the tone of voice, you want to select the tone of voice. So let's say friendly but professional. And now let's fill out the business name, right? So the business name here is Women's Touch Cleaning Services. Let's just say Women's Touch Cleaning. The business description, let's see, I'm sure we've got a business description in the home page somewhere. It's a weird website, but anyway, perfect. That will do here. I'll take this description. Ideally, you want to make yours very authentic and very good. CTA, I'm going to say book a free consultation. Or book a free quote, get a free quote actually. Get a free quote, base URL. I'm going to place in the URL of just the home page here. Go back to Sheet, the phone number. I'm just going to make up one now. Contact email, contact at Women's Touch Cleaning.com.au. Main address. Let's see if we can find it on this page. They're not paying me for this, by the way. I'm just creating this here. There it is. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. Now I've got a couple of components. The inputs, this is really important. You're going to see this new tab here. We want to put the location and the types of services that we want to create for those locations. So I've got here regular intensive cleaning, deep cleaning, spring cleaning, Airbnb cleaning. You can change that to be whatever you want. This can work for plumbing services, dog training services, any kind of business that can do its services in many locations, even dentists and all that. And now I'm ready to go. I'm going to do is just go to SEO content tool and I'm going to generate all page content. It's going to take a little while, but you should see this message running script and you can see hands free, look mum, no hands, and going to give it a while because it's calling a couple of components, but you will start seeing the content being populated. Now, if the content doesn't get generated, it takes too long, all you need to do, so now you see that it's being generated, I just had to change the model to another model that's a little bit faster, for example, Gemini 2 Flash, because we're paying a tiny bit. I mean, all these pages, they're not even kind of cost me $1, to be honest, maybe a couple of cents, but now you see that it's generating the pages. All you need to do is go to configure and change the model. You see I've changed it. I had before DeepSeek V3. Now I've got Gemini 2.0 Flash. That's what I meant at the beginning where, yeah, sure, they're free, but sometimes they're not that useful. You get the success message here. I've got completed all the pages here. Let's take a look. So I chose the input as Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and I've got 4 services. 3 times 12, 3 times 4, 12. And I should have all the locations with the 4 services. Let's take a look. So Sydney's got 1, 2, 3, 4 services. Perfect. So does Melbourne and so does Brisbane. And now I've got all the content. Let's take a quick look. So I've got the target URL. I've got the title tag. So Premier, Regular Intensive Cleaning, Sydney, Women's Touch Cleaning, perfect. The meta description, need a spotless home. Women's Touch Cleaning offers intensive cleaning services in Sydney, reliable and thorough. Get a free quote today. Nice call to action with the meta description. I love it. And they're all slightly different, which is great. It's not going to cannibalize, or you're not going to get done for content duplication, for example. Let's have a look at the generated intro, discover the differences between Women's Touch Cleaning and our regular intensive cleaning. The first H2, the benefit of choosing our regular intensive cleaning in Sydney, and then the second H2, if you want to, is what's included in the Women's Touch Cleaning. So it's told to automatically or naturally include those local keywords, and you can see that they're all done really good and really well. Now you can go and build those pages. You don't have to worry about the content. You just copy and paste and place it in those services pages. Really easy, really useful. And this, we can probably see how much this costs. So we created content for 12 pages. If we go to OpenRouter, we go to activity. We use Gemini to create this. So that was the one that we generated for this. It cost us all of these, and let's add up that real quickly so I can tell you. The total sum of that is 0.0044. So fractions of a cent to create. And this is the beauty about this. You can choose really cheap models, because what we're getting it to do isn't necessarily complex. It's just rewriting this stuff, which the majority of models can do that. And there you go. Now you have a script that you can change to meet your requirements, and you create a lot of localized SEO pages that'll help you rank really well. By the way, if you're wondering how I made this, I just used another free tool, which is Google AI Studios. I had Gemini 2.5 selected, and I told it what I wanted to do. I said, hey, I've got an API key from OpenRouter. This is what I want to do. Can you create the script for me? And can you tell me how to build the Google Sheet? I asked it to tell me everything, and I followed its instructions, and it got this thing in one shot. If you want a detailed video about how to do that stuff, just leave it in the comments below. I hope this is helping someone. Also, you should check out the other things in our free community. With the premium in a free community, the free community is there's a bunch of other assets in there. In the classroom, you have the SEO, AI-powered SEO Kickstarter, content automation. We also hold monthly webinars. We're going to have one very soon. So join the community for free and get a lot more things if you want help in learning how to use these AI tools for maximizing your SEO. I hope that helps. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.